So Doomfist drops in 1 week on July 27th. Now, I think there's another feature that's already on PTR that hasn't really been talked about as much as it probably could be. That's the ability to customize your crosshair. For viewers' sake, and to get some subscribers, I'm gonna pick Doomfist. Yeah, I'm gonna pick Doomfist. So here's the default crosshair. White crosshair. I've talked about this once before in an earlier video. You can customize the color. Now though, you can not only customize the color, you can also customize the type, color, size, crosshair length. You got a whole bunch of new options, including being able to adjust the center gap on select crosshairs. So I'm going to turn accuracy off. This is Doomfist. It's a shotgun. I don't care about a shotgun's accuracy. I know that it's going to be probably kind of piss poor. I want the gap to be big because I'm going to increase the thickness. If I increase the thickness, the line is going towards the middle. Now, like this, it's tough to see what I'm aiming at. It's not great. It's got a big ass white donut with a tiny little, well, with a dot in the middle. I'm gonna change that just a little bit more. Here is Doomfist again. Here's the advanced crosshair. I'll change the color to green. Green contrasts well with everything in the environment on most maps, and particularly against enemy outlines. A little easier to see. I'm also going to lower the opacity to about 20. Now, out of 100, 20 is about 1/5. And I'm going to bring the dot. Oh, I don't take the dot out completely by lowering its opacity to 0. Now I have a green crosshair, which you can still see on this training bot. Here it is on the white wall, gray wall, yellow wall, blue. It has good contrast against most objects, at least in the training area, and I use green in live play, so I know it's reliable. And having a big green donut, I have a pretty good idea of what I'm aiming at with Doomfist. I don't need to second guess myself. I don't need to do a whole lot. Now, some people may knock that the shotgun is not going to favor this, but let's be realistic. It is a shotgun. I'm not trying to hit long-range shots beyond 40 meters. I know this is nothing. It only fires, what, 5, 6 pellets? There it is. There you go. Let's see here. 5. I get 5 pellets. I'm not gonna sit at long range firing 5 pellets and getting kills like that very frequently. Thanks, friendly bot. So that's the idea, at least. Now, if I want to customize it a little bit more, I can. It's all up to personal taste. And that's one of the caveats to this. It's going to be pretty much entirely player dependent. It's not going to be that you're going to find your exact crosshair the first time you do it, second time you do it, or the second you got the new hero, which everybody's going to pick Doomfist. Just understand, going in, Doomfist, hero to pick for the next month. As soon as he's live. This will be it. You will be seeing Doomfist a lot, trust me. But he's also got a pretty good amount of utility, which means he's gonna get picked even more in the long run. He's not just gonna be a flavor of the month. Swapping off, here is Genji. Here is the default. It is a circle with a dot in the middle. It is a white circle. It has a very faint shadow, like a black outline to it. For a lot of people, the default color works. For me, I like green. Just give me a green crosshair and I should be fine. Here's the default. You don't get a preview of the default though, because it's the default. But if you change it to circle, You'll show accuracy is on. You've got the breathing circle. It'll show you exactly what's going on. Here it is. But Genji doesn't really suffer from accuracy degradation. That circle is locked. And it's pretty damn accurate. So I'm going to go to the options and I'm going to do a couple changes. First things first. I want a dot. I don't need to worry about Genji's accuracy. I don't need a circle to find the dead center. I'm going to turn accuracy off because there's not really a need for it. Now I can change the thickness, but it doesn't really do anything here. There's nothing here. It's a dot. I can change the opacity, which means I can see through it a little bit better at what I'm aiming at. If I bring it down to say 33, 34, 33, and bring the dot size down to 5 out of 10. So if I do 5, that's the dead center. Or at least it's the middle. Well, out of 8. So 6 is closer to the middle. And 8 because it starts at 2. So 6 is the dead center. I'll bring it down to 5. I'll start at 3 actually. So here's 3. And I've got the dot opacity down to 33. Now, what's weird is I've got a dot, but it still has opacity, and it still has a center gap, and all these. These are for the circle, not the dot. So, that's a little weird. Hopefully that gets a little bit of adjustment prior to dropping on live. Now, I've got that dot really, really friggin' tiny. I'm actually having trouble tracking it. It is so small and it is so transparent that I need to adjust that. That is not optimal. Here's the dot. I'm actually going to go to the crosshair. I'm going to bring the opacity up. I'm going to bring the center gap up. I'm going to bring the thickness and crosshair length up. So that is a really big ass crosshair. Here is the dot and here is the dot opacity. Huh. Well. It's amusing, but not exactly what I'm going to use in most cases. Bring the thickness down, bring the length down to about 25, center gap down to 50, and bring the dot size down to about 4. So here's something realistic. I could actually use this with Genji and a few other characters even. This might even make a decent Soldier 76 crosshair. And the nice thing about having lines is that a moving target, just put the lines on them and let them move towards the middle. Right. So there's Genji. Not my worst work, not my best work, but it is an option. Now, you can also do this for all heroes. So far, I've done this exclusively for Doomfist and Genji. Now that they've got overrides, anything I do here won't get translated. All I'm going to do is change my color to green. Like I said earlier, green gives me good contrast against all backgrounds. Here's McCree. Look at that green. I can see that from a mile away. No worries. The dot's a little big, but I think it's serviceable. I don't know if I want the circle or not. I am probably going to have to do a lot of this during live when I've actually played against people instead of these little practice bots, because they're a little easy to hit, even these moving ones. Well, I missed because I didn't have my stun grenade bound to the right key, which is the story of my life. So here is all heroes, ability 1, ability 2. I've got that on my mouse, so that way I can hit it without having to move. I've got all my WAS still in place.
Don't move. You gotta work on that aim.
Alright, So that's the idea. Every crosshair, every character, you can make your own crosshair to exactly how you want it. Well, this turned out to be a little longer than I liked, but it is what it is. Happy Doomfist Day, everybody.